What is up, everybody? Welcome back to racenews.com. Welcome back to another one of our previews. Let's get it going and let's stay hot. We were pretty hot last week with the previews. Let's try to keep it going this week. We've got a unbelievable weekend of action coming. Saratoga continues. Del Mar opens, and we've got the Haskell as well. For this preview, let's go to Del Mar. Let's go to Saturday, July 18th, race 8 on the card. I'll put it up on the screen for you now. It is the Grade 2 San Diego. Going a mile and a 16th there, field of 7. Love that Del Mar is back. San Diego Handicap here. Always a great way to kick off the meet. Well, let's talk about them 1 through 7. Let's try to get you a winner in. Like I said, let's try to stay hot after a good week last week. And let's start with the number 1, McVeigh, a horse that is coming off of a third-place effort last time out in the Hollywood Gold Cup. Ford Steele did win that race. He came back to run pretty poorly in the Suburban last time out. 2 races back, McVeigh, a winner against Allowance Company by a half length there, going 1 mile. That's a 2-turn 1 mile race there at Santa Anita. So somewhat similar to what you're going to see here at Del Mar. To find Del Mar form, you got to go back a ways. 2024, last time this horse was at Del Mar, it was in the Shared Belief Stakes. That's when he was a 3-year-old. He was 4th, beaten 9 1/4. And to kind of, I don't know, prove to you more than anything how long ago that was Muth who won that race. It feels like Muth has been gone for a while now as far as the racing scene. So I don't like McVeigh very much in this spot. I think you can find others that make more sense. One horse that might be one of those horses that makes sense, that's the number 2, Miramati. Miramati, interesting horse. By the way, Frank Miramati doing a great job calling the races once again at Saratoga and has done so at Santa Anita as well this year. But I don't know. I think I like the track announcer a little bit better than I like the horse, to be completely honest with you. He was pretty disappointing for a lot of his career. He finally got going after several starts. Broke the maiden back in 2024 in October at Santa Anita, and then didn't run very well, but then came back and won an allowance at Santa Anita to kick off his 2025 season. And then later won another allowance at Santa Anita on June 12th. And then last time we saw him was on July 26th. Guess what? Right here in the San Diego, where he was second, beaten 2 3/4 of a length. Now, he was defeated by Nisos, and this horse isn't close to Nisos, so you can see why he would get beat. In this spot, I do think he's a horse that's going to take the lead. I think he is the horse they're going to have to run down. Can he hold on? That's going to be the big question. Well, sometimes he can get brave when he gets those easy leads. Like I said, he did get beat by Nisos when he had an easy lead, but some of these other ones, he's been able to hold on. So I think the way the pace set up kind of makes him dangerous in here. I think he's got an interesting shot. Talking about the number 2, Miramati. The number 3 is Shea Brennan. Shea Brennan coming off a state bred win. This is a cow bred, and he coming off that state bred win last time out at Los Alamitos, winning by 3 1/4. That was at 1 mile there in the Portando Stakes. 2 races back, he was right here at Del Mar. That was back in November for the fall meet at Del Mar. He was 3rd in a cow bred stakes there. I don't have a lot of interest in him. In this spot, he has defeated Open Company before right here at Del Mar. That was in a 6.5 furlong race. I ultimately think that's where he's going to be at his best sprinting. I don't really love him as a router, even though he won at Los Al. He got an easy lead and just took him gate to wire. I do think he can maybe keep the 2 Miramati company up front. At the end of the day, I do think Miramati's a little bit faster, so I don't think Shea Brennan factors into this one too much. The number 4 is Iron Man Cal, if I could talk correctly there. This is a pretty classy horse here on the turf. Now, if you remember, Iron Man Cal broke the maiden back as a 2-year-old right here at Del Mar, then went to the Zuma Beach where he was he finished second across the wire, but he was declared the winner after a disqualification. Then he almost won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf. He got second, only beaten a neck. Came back as a 3-year-old, just 2 races, the American Turf at Churchill, where he was 6th, and then a stakes race at Del Mar on opening day. That was, of course, the Oceanside, where he was 2nd, only beaten a half length. Ran well in that race. Then missed the whole rest of the year, has come back now. 2 races against Allowance Company and didn't look great. Didn't get beat by a ton, but just never like really threatened. They gelded the horse, brought him back here in an allowance race at Santa Anita, and he was a winner by a half length. Now he's on the dirt after all those races I just listed on the turf, all 9 starts. If I collected out of a Kitten's Joy mare, I can see why turf has kind of been the thing. I don't know, maybe this horse can take to the dirt and be a little bit of a price and kind of be the oddball horse in this race. The more I looked at him, I thought I'm willing to take a shot with him, especially underneath, if the price is right. And I think it's going to be. The number 5 needs no introduction. That is Journalism, a horse that looks awfully tough in this spot here. A horse that, oddly enough, has not won now in a year. His last win was July 19th in the Haskell. Last year, won by a half length. That was after finishing second in the Belmont, winning the Preakness, second in the Derby, first in the San Diego Derby, first in the San Felipe, first in the Los Alamitos for Charity, and first in a maiden at Del Mar. So he had a lot of really good races that he won there, and he won the Haskell. And it's like, man, this horse is just really, really good. He was sent off as the 2-5 favorite after the Haskell in his next start. That was Pacific Classic Day. He was second, beaten 3 1/4 by Fierceness, who just blew him away. Then he ran in the Breeders' Cup Classic, where he was fourth, beaten 3 3/4 by Forever Young, Sierra Leone, and Fierceness. Pretty good horses. Came back to Oaklawn to start his 4-year-old season in the Oaklawn Handicap, was third, beaten by Wida Barrio and Sovereignty. 2 pretty good horses. And then last time out in the Met Mile, beaten by Nisos and Knights Bridge. 2 really good horses going a mile. There is a pattern. Yes, he's over his last 4. Yes, by the time they run this race, it'll be a full year, almost 364 days to be exact since his last win. He's been beaten by really, really good horses. So I think this is a massive drop down in class for Journalism, and I think that should help. One other thing to note, and you might see it on the screen there, Umberto Rispoli gets the mount back. I thought that was very interesting. He had a lot of criticism. He lost the mount. Jose Ortiz took it over. He did go 0 for 3 on him, but again, facing very, very tough company. So Umberto Rispoli is back. The number 6 is Full Serrano. This is a horse that was the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile winner in 2024. His 2025, he missed a lot of time after that Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile, returned September 1st at Del Mar for a blowout allowance win. Stretch out in distance to the Goodwood, got second, beaten a length and a half. Then back to a mile for the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile, where he was 5th and kind of blown out there. This year, he went to the Pegasus World Cup going a mile and 1/8, where he finished third, beaten 7 1/4, but not too bad of an effort. And then last time out was all the way back on March 28th, the Oaklawn Mile. What's that? Obviously, going 1 mile, he just broke terribly that day, got way behind, still got 4th, beaten 2 3/4. He ran okay, but the break really hurt him. Yeah, look, I don't know why you're not running him back at a mile. I know a mile and 16th isn't a huge difference. I don't know. I guess this is probably a good brace to get him back, get him going again, and hopefully keep him healthy. I don't love him in this spot, though. To be completely honest, I'm afraid he's going to be bet down, and I don't know. I don't really think he should be. So I don't love him in this spot. Finally, number 7, the GOAT. And I love the name, and who couldn't love the name? 3 wins in a row over in Chile before coming over here, running in the Triple Bin last time out, where he was 4th, beating 5 lengths. That was a 7 furlong race. His races over at Chile all came back strong. They were all going a mile or longer. And really his best races were going a mile 3/16 and a mile and 3/8. So this is a good spot for him here. We'll see what happens. You've kind of seen these connections, at least with trainer John Sadler, win with these horses before in spots like this. I don't love him in this spot, but again, if you want to take a shot with this one, think he's going to improve stretching out, I think he's going to improve stretching out as well. I'm just not sure to what degree. All right, that is the field of 7 here. I'm going to go number 5, Journalism, on top. I got to tell you, if he doesn't win this one, I don't know how you could pick him again. To be fair, the last 3 races, I haven't picked him. I did pick him to win the Pacific Classic. I picked him to win the Belmont. So I picked him when he's lost before. But my overall point being, I didn't really expect him to win any of those last 3. So I'm not overly disappointed that he lost them. He has to win here, though, if he's going to get back and be any kind of threat whatsoever. And he could win here and still not be a huge threat towards the top horses. But this is a race you got to win. This feels like the perfect spot to go get a victory. So I'm going to go number 5, Journalism, on top. I'm going to take just a little bit of a wild shot with the number 4, Iron Man Cal. I think moving to the dirt will be very interesting. I think this horse is decent. So I think, I trust Diamato. I think he's smart with these horses. Let's give number 4, Iron Man Cal, a little bit of a long shot. I'll have him in second. Miramati, the number 2 horse, in third, and then number 6, Full Serrano, in fourth. So I'm going to go with 5, 4, 5426 in this year's running of the San Diego. All right, guys, that Lubus preview. Hit that like button if you like the video. Subscribe if you really like it. Want to get alerting time we do videos like this. And most importantly, stay tuned to the channel for more racing news.